What's up, everybody? Today we are test driving a Genesis GV80 2.5T Prestige with all-wheel drive. And this is a very nice car to drive. Obviously, we're on a bit of a curvy road here, and this being a mid-sized luxury SUV, I'd say it doesn't handle as well as the BMW X5s and the Porsche Cayennes of the world, or apparently whatever Hyundai this is in front of us. The ride comfort is very good, and I think that's probably the right balance for a car like this, because the type of person that's going to buy a GV80 is not necessarily looking for a canyon carver. The comfort and the serenity, I think, would be more important to that particular buyer, and that's definitely the way that the car is tuned. Probably the right choice on Genesis' part. I will say the steering is very direct and communicative. The engine is responsive, and I think it has enough power. This is the 4-cylinder with 300 horsepower. You can get it with a twin-turbo V6 with 375. I haven't driven that one, but just strictly based on how this car feels, and also how a Hyundai Santa Cruz that I've driven with this same engine feels, I don't know that the twin-turbo V6 is really necessary. I mean, this engine's got plenty of power. If you were going to be hauling heavy loads, towing heavy loads, or if you had a lot of fat people in your family, or if you're just really a lead foot, I mean, I guess maybe, but if I was buying one of these, I don't think I'd outlay the extra money. The only thing that's intriguing to me about that more powerful engine is apparently at the top end it's available with some kind of suspension where the camera views the road in front and it readjusts the suspension. You can't get that with the 4-banger. You got to get the 6 if you want that. That might be kind of cool. But just for a daily driver, the 2.5T is totally fine. I would save the money if I were you. Eight-speed automatic is standard in all GV80s, and it's a great transmission. No complaints about it whatsoever. Smooth shifting, responsive, gear ratios properly placed. No complaints about that. All GV80s are all-wheel drive for the 2023 model year. This is a 2022. It is an all-wheel drive car. I guess rear-wheel drive was standard with the 2.5T on the 2022s, but it must not have sold that well because they quit making it. And we are going to get this beauty on the freeway in a minute and see how it does there. We are on the freeway. Again, I think the V6 is maybe not strictly necessary on this particular car. Smooth ride on the freeway. A little bit of wind noise once you get around 80. Little bit of tire noise, not bad considering the 22-inch rims. But yeah, in general, very relaxing car to drive, very relaxing place to spend time. That's about 73 miles an hour. To give you an idea of road noise, wind noise, this is a decent freeway. Not the smoothest on earth, but not the worst. We are in the city of Corona, California right now, which is potentially the worst city to drive through. LA's worse. But there's just always something going on in Corona. These people don't really get it. And this is a rough interchange right here, the 15 and the 91. It's not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at that freeway overpass. I have my driver ergo motion seat engaged to relax me as I bust out of the Inland Empire. Ooh, that is nice. So on the freeway, the car is composed. A little bit of wind noise, a little more wind noise than I would have expected. But it's not obtrusive. Let's see if I can sustain a speed. All right, I'm doing about 75 right now, 73, 74. So the road noise is not bad. Wind noise is a little more than I would have expected, but not a deal breaker. Ride is smooth. Handling is, again, good. I do like the interior design. I love the massaging seat in this particular car. It's very relaxing driving this car, in my opinion. I have to hand it to Genesis. I still think of Genesis as Hyundai because it's their luxury brands. And if you're familiar with Hyundai's higher end products, there's definitely some similarity in here, but not so much that it's immediately obvious. And you can tell that a higher level of care and craftsmanship has gone into this car than their mainline products. And it's still shocking to me how far they've come in 15 years. Because 15 years ago, you bought a Korean car because it was cheaper than a Honda or a Toyota and it had more features. But it was also worse than a Honda or a Toyota. And now, I mean, they're right in the thick of it. I would much rather drive this than a Lexus RX. And that's, personally, I've never really liked the Lexus RX. Ever. So, I guess that's not saying much for me, but just purely, even based on, you know, quality. An RX is a very well-made car, but this is too. And I would prefer this. I think that the GV80 looks very nice. It has the advantage of being a newcomer in a relatively established field, and you know, BMW X5 is a nice looking car, but it's been around forever. And Audi Q7, I guess people care about those. Porsche Cayenne, whatever. You know, I mean, these are all cars that have been around for a while, and they're nice cars, but this, I think they made the right choice, giving it some bold styling, nice lighting treatments on the outside. This is definitely a worthwhile entry, and if you are shopping mid-sized luxury SUVs, put it on your list. The Traveler just cut me off in their cool gray khaki Subaru Crosstrek. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some bonus test drive footage. A Genesis GV80 off-road. This isn't really extreme off-roading. I am out in the Paris area, not buying meth, I swear. I was just looking for a good place to film a review that was quiet and out of the way. And this is where I ended up. When I was selling Land Rovers, which obviously have more of an off-road reputation than Genesis's, since Genesis has only existed for like, whatever, 2 or 3 years, they told us 3% of Land Rover customers, people who bought Range Rovers, 3% of them took them off-road. So I would have to guess that it's going to be even less with Genesis's. Not that this car's built for off-roading, but this is just sort of proof that it can do it. This, of course, all-wheel drive. 22-inch wheels, because you can't lose with 22s. All-season Michelin tires, mud and snow rated. And this is in no way any sort of extreme off-roading. Technically, this road's on the map. But it's no stress to the Genesis. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is scraping up the 22s, but not really much rocks or anything like that around here. So I think I stay, yeah. Trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? I like the desert. I think it's cool. But why do people dump so much trash in the desert? Why is there just like a bed and some tires right here? There's a person in a pickup truck. Hello, Mr. Pickup Truck. Like, I think this area would be kind of pretty. I like the rocks and I like the sand. It's a little hot, but well, you know, that's all right. I could just deal without the trash. Won't you be my neighbor? Anyway, that's my video on the old GV80. Pretty sweet car. I recommend it. It goes on my recommended list. If I had to buy an SUV, this is one of the SUVs I'd consider. I really don't like SUVs, but the more I drive them, the more I'm kind of getting used to the idea of them, because every single year, oh, good gravy. Every single year, the sedans are going away and going out of production, so my choices in sedan world are kind of becoming like less and less. And there's things about this SUV that I like, but I still prefer sedans, but nobody else does, so whatever. Anyway, Have yourself a fantastic day. Drive safely wherever you are. Hug your loved ones. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.